Yo, people, welcome back to another live. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people, and welcome back to another GVO show, people. Make sure you are leaving a like on the stream and subscribing if you are new, whether you're watching this live or on the playback, people. Back again with Alfie. Alfie, how you doing, man?
Yes, yes, I'm doing good, man. All good, ready to talk about the eventful Premier League weekend we had. I think anyway, but yeah, all good to go.
Yeah, man. It's very interesting. Obviously, people gonna get into everything, but and obviously Liverpool PSG's on right now, like right now. So like
Yeah,
we're gonna play with that as well because Champions League is moving a bit mad. Of course, obviously we had the our game yesterday, but bro, it just as if it like couldn't get worse for you lot.
yeah,
As if it couldn't get worse. Like obviously you checked out a long time ago, long time
yeah.
ago. But at the same time, bro, we're with Manchester United. Like I did not think that would happen. Like at this point, I shouldn't be surprised because I know you're not. But at the same time, bro, like it's the worst Manchester United side in years. I know you lost them in FA Cup, but I know they turned up for the now and then sort of game. But I never thought, even with like your lack of striker, that they would turn up sort of thing. It's not like they have the greatest of players either. And this fixture hasn't been good for a while. I'll keep it real, especially at this stadium. The fixture's usually better at the Emirates. I'll be real. Like Old Trafford hasn't really hosted some great Man United Arsenal fixtures, but has it been gonna get worse for you lot, man? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on, man? What's going on?
See, the thing is, I kind of expected this to happen. At the same time as saying that if we played the same way we did against PSV in the last game, we would have been fine and
Yeah,
we would have done all right at Old Trafford. But I, at the same time, knew that Arsenal don't work like that.
nah,
They don't work like that. They're not that sort of team. They're not consistent. And I knew that they would fuck up at some point, which is why I wasn't really surprised when Bruno scored from the free kick. Fair enough, you can say what you want about the wall being further back than usual, but doesn't matter. You still had the rest of the game to score. You only got one.
yeah. I've never heard so much discourse about a fucking wall before. Like, I've never heard so much talk about it. Like, this is
This
one of the
manager and this team will complain, and this fan base will complain about anything.
mm,
You give them something to complain about, they will complain.
yeah.
And I cannot stand it.
I mean, your manager was complaining about the ball, and even inspired Pep to do so. Um,
Yeah, and then he fucked off after the interview, didn't he?
yeah, he ran away, bro. He ran away. He went dashing.
Pussy. Pussy. After coming out and saying, over my dead body, the league title's over. It's done, mate. It's been done since Bournemouth. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It had gotten to a point where if Arsenal had slipped up early, Liverpool were taking it
Mhm.
because of how badly City had dropped off. But no, we didn't strengthen. We we bought players that we didn't need, and now we're in a position where our attacking line is fucked,
Mhm.
and we're being we're paying the price for that.
It's true. It's true. Charlie says, "Why is Alfred Wet not a believer anymore?"
I've made it pretty obvious.
Going from Arteta into Arteta this hard in 3 months is nasty work. I that Newcastle at home game, yeah, that is the most biblical. Like that. Well, that's pretty much that was pretty much the turning point of the season. But I feel like you saw it coming from the Bournemouth game. But that was like the push over the edge for Arteta sort of thing because you knew you was out of that cup. Now you're in the league, kind of like I don't. What do you make of this year? What do you make of Declan Rice shushing the Man United fans for an equaliser, which are still 15 points behind in the table?
I think it's stupid.
Mm,
I mean, you're celebrating an equaliser against the team that are technically battling relegation. I mean, come on now.
mm.
Let's be real. Why? There's no need for it.
Yeah.
We're not in a better position anyway. It's not as if we're top of the league. We're not. So why are we doing it?
I thought he was going to go and collect the ball. I was expecting, but I didn't see him go and collect the ball. To obviously try and go for like the 2-1 or whatever. Like that's when I
Maybe,
was surprised. Like, I just didn't
maybe
understand
you never know. Maybe it's because he knew we weren't going to score another goal.
it. Even Declan's like, nah, we ain't scored another one.
No, it's because Arteta will want us to sit back. No, we're not going to score, so I'll celebrate now. And sitting back nearly cost us.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Very lucky save from Raya.
Oh yeah, forgot. But yeah, that save was mad because he kind of. I mean, I don't know what he was doing for the free kick, but he kind of redeemed that with
There was a
the
couple of
saves he made in the thing.
there was a couple of times where we could have been 2-0 down.
Yeah.
I mean, that chance from Mazraoui, I think early on in the second half,
Mhm.
he's got so much space.
Yep. Bro, that's I couldn't believe he let Man United get away with that, man. The way they've been playing.
Yeah,
You've actually had okay performances at Old Trafford recently. So
yeah.
I was kind of a bit like, surely Arsenal go and win, even with Marino up front. Marino, by the way, what is the point now? Like, when it comes to Marino up front, yeah, it worked when he came off the bench against a Leicester team that were shit but also tired. So why is he starting Marino from the beginning up front? Where if it worked last time as a substitution, surely instead of starting him, you bring him on as a super sub.
Yeah, impact player.
Yeah. So why is he starting him?
Because he's fucking clueless.
Aura, for celebrating. Aura for this. Who are you shushing, bro? Like, I like Declan Rice, but who are you shushing, man? Like, I get they're 50th, I get it's a big rivalry, but if that was the winner, I'd get it.
Yeah,
If that was the winner, I'd proper get it, man. But it's what Haaland was talking about, man. It's what Haaland was talking about, bro. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying at this point. It's an equalizer, bruv. Like, what's going Brother, I can't lie. I just don't understand your team at times. I don't understand what goes on in Arteta's head. I've never really rated Arteta, if I'm being real. Like, I don't, I don't know. The only impact he's involved in is Arteta clapping his cheeks. Speak on that, Mister, what you trolled Erling. Well, Erling was right. Well, I must say, you're not laughing now, are you? Because I know that's what he's going to say next. Oh, okay, I was close. You're not trolling now, are you? But that's what he was kind of right, though.
yeah.
Because when he said stay humble here, that's what he's doing. Celebrating draws, whether it's an equaliser, 10 men. You're 15 points behind, man. You can't be celebrating. Celebrating what? Because at the end, I feel like the past few results where you've drawn at Nottingham Forest and you've drawn against Man United, I don't know whether your players did it against us, but in the league, I feel like it's always cuts to some of your players arguing. Like when they're walking off the pitch. Do you think they're frustrated? Do you think they've had enough?
You'd like to think they've had enough,
Mm.
but at the same time, they're frustrated because they're not winning, which is understandable.
Yeah,
But at the same time, you've got a job to do.
it's true. It's true. Been the best team in the world 3 years in a row and have a grand total of 0 trophies to show for it. No other club in world football could do that. And that's the kind of the problem where you're going to look back on this era, and even then, I'd say last season and the season before is kind of the era of how Arsenal kind of showed how good they are to a certain extent. More so the first season when you're battling for the league, even though you let it slip. When you were good, you were really good.
Yeah, we look
Like,
better in that season. We've
yeah.
regressed since then.
Would you say you regressed every season, or was it just this season?
I feel like we've regressed every season.
Like, you lost the attacking zip from the first season,
Yeah,
and you're kind of not completely as good defensively as you were last season. So it's kind of like
no,
you're not shit enough to completely drop out of top four and drop below like Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Man City, whatever right now, but you're nowhere near the league. And that's
no.
kind of like you're kind of like a better Newcastle. And the reason why I say that is Newcastle are a team where they don't invest. They've reached a certain extent in top four. They still, on their day, they still look like that Newcastle team from the first season they made top four. But for the most part, they look undervalued and they look like they've underused the transfer market when you see them play on a football pitch.
Yeah,
That's what you guys look like to a certain extent as well, where you guys look like you have underused the transfer market all in your play. So I don't really get it. Like you had a chance to buy a striker. You also had an injury crisis in January,
and
decided to
bought no
sign
one.
no one, and you're reaping for the rewards now. You're battling them consequences. You didn't even try. You didn't even try and get anyone. Like the Ollie Watkins one was
Just so
like that
they
was
say they tried.
yep. What was the point?
I really don't know.
You got a new sporting director now. The Berta guy from Atletico. You make it
Yeah,
up.
I've heard. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't really know much about him. I mean,
Mm,
if he's done good work in terms of getting the right sort of players into Atletico's team, then hopefully that works out for us. But at the same time,
hmm
I feel like we need a new manager as well
Yeah.
because I'm still convinced that Arteta was a lot to do with the Raheem Sterling loan,
Yeah.
probably because he was good buddies with him at City. And
hmm
then as soon as Raheem Sterling walked through the door, Edu fucked off to Forest. So I feel like if you give, fair enough, you've got to back the manager, but at the same time, if you're giving it to someone like Arteta who's just going to spunk it up the wall, then it's a
Yeah.
non-starter because
Do you reckon it'll
we've needed a striker for how long, and we brought in a centre back to play left back. We're playing a centre mid at number 9. What the fuck is going on? Mike's tell me what the fuck is going on.
bro, I don't know. I don't know. But do you think he's gonna get the power he should get to identify what you need?
You'd like to think so. You'd like to think so because whenever something new happens for your club, you want to be optimistic about it. You want to hope that it will bring good fortune to the club and good spirits to the team and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know there can be repercussions of that, and I really
Mm.
don't hope there are repercussions.
Yeah, I agree. To like for me, I don't know whether he's gonna get like the spending power to identify what you need because you've like underused the transfer market so much that you've forced yourself to be behind where you need more than just a striker. You need like four, five, six players
Yeah,
minimum, and most of them starters. Uh, Charlie says, "Mr. Wet, your fan base are now saying they're guaranteed to win it next year. What are your thoughts?"
oh, I've had enough. They're all dickheads, but you guys know that already, don't you? So
Because they're saying like, "Oh, Liverpool are going to win it two in a row, and City won't be back next year." So it's your best opportunity. This season was the fucking best opportunity. I don't know why they're talking about next season. It's always next season. Patrice, everyone was right.
Netflix FC.
Yeah, everyone was right. Like, what the fuck is this? This fan base is so funny, man. I said, I'll be real, Mr. Ware. If City win the FA Cup, it's going to be peak for you. Because even in their worst season, they'll still try and leave with something. I think whoever wins out of Bournemouth City will win it for me. But I don't know what like Bournemouth will give them a game. We'll see how. Because if City get past Bournemouth, they'll go on to win that. because there's
Yeah,
someone else there. Like Villa on their day, cool, nah. Palace, Fulham, nah. They could win it, but no. But I think City probably will win the FA Cup, and even in their worst season, they'll have Champions League football and the FA Cup most likely if they do get that, and so
but
that means they'll always
but
leave with
at,
something.
but at the same time, you've also got to look at City's performances in the FA Cup. They've not
Mm.
exactly been sparkling, have they? Yes, they slapped
No.
Salford City 8-0, but that was Salford City.
Mm.
Of course, that was going to happen. And then in their next two games against both Leyton Orient and Plymouth Argyle, they went behind before they got into gear.
Yeah.
Now
But you
coming
got
up against a better opponent in the cup, a team like Bournemouth, much better in terms of quality and players than both Plymouth and Leyton Orient. How many times do you think City can actually go on and keep doing that before it comes back to bite them in the arse?
But you could also, you don't need to play your best in the cups to actually win it. Like in the league, it will cost you because as it has already. And I do agree. I think Bournemouth will give them a good game. I can't really tell who's going to win that, but at the same time, if Man City do keep grinding out results in the cup, it's just about results at the end of the day. You're in a knockout competition in the league. That's when that sort of thing matters, where they don't look the same and then they dip off. That's what they've looked like this season. The director of football side Gallagher. Gallagher's Arsenal. Who says no?
No.
It's the history of the Arsenal.
Fuck
Shout out
off,
to Melon.
Melon. Fuck off, Melon.
Chelsea will win it before Arsenal. It doesn't look like either team are near it right now, but like if Chelsea have probably a better.
Yes, Charlie. Fuck off.
Hate to say it, but I agree with Ben Mitchell. Melon, that's your lookalike from now on. Ben Mitchell and Ollie Dixon. Like those are good
Left them down.
lookalikes. Yeah. Oh my days, Alisson just saved that from Ousmane Dembele. Just Liverpool PSG still going on. It's still extra time in the second half and that.
Fucking
But,
hell.
bro, I can't lie, yeah. I don't even know if you address everything next season. Like in the summer where it comes to a point where you're in a transfer window. We've seen your previous transfer windows and what they've withheld. Calafiori, Declan Rice. Oh no, Calafiori, Marino, Sterling, and Neto. Fucking hell. And then the previous year, Havertz and Rice, and I can't remember who else. Who else did you sign in that window?
Timber.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Ryle
you got
on
him.
loan.
Oh right, okay. That was slightly better. But I'm noticing a pattern where you signed three or four players. I don't think you'll sign a left back because your club will look at Calafiori. You only just signed him and Lewis Skelly as the left back options, even though you need an actual left back. Striker, you're not going to get an actual good one. You're not going to scout properly to find a gem. Left winger, you need to sell players first. You need to sell one of Martinelli or Trossard before you even get one. Otherwise, you're just overloading. Saka's not going to get any competition. You're not going to sign a proper number 10 because Wanyeri and Odegaard can play there. You're not going to sign another number 8 because Marino and Bryce will play there. So I'm struggling to know what you're actually going to do in the fucking summer. Maybe a backup centre back and backup goalie.
Do you know what we should do?
Yeah.
We know what we should do. But we won't do
you
it.
think you will address?
Well, I want to say that the club will think smart about it, but I know that they probably won't. But I think the main issue is up front.
Yeah.
We need more firepower in attack. Simple as. I think apart from that, we also need another goalkeeper because let's face it, Neto's on loan. He's only played one game. We ain't going to be signing him on a permanent.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need to look to bring someone else in as a backup for Raya. We definitely need another left winger, but like you said, we need to get rid of either Martinelli or Trossard. I'd go with the latter. Simply because of his age, him slowing down. fair enough, Martinelli's been poor over the past couple of seasons, but he's got time to improve. Whereas with Trossard, time's running out for him. I think I think we definitely need someone to at least come in and support Saka, but at the same time, we claim that we have no money, despite the fact we're selling merch like crazy. Merch FC, they're calling us.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Why not use some of that money to invest in the squad, bring players in?
hmm And what's it called? NPC merch, yeah. Jamaican merch, uh, second place merch. I don't know what else you guys sell in it, but you guys have never really haven't been broke for years. Like you don't really spend like that. Even the window where you spent 100 million on Rice, you could have spent way more and got away with it. It's not like you even sell like mad through players. That's why you do so much merch, because you don't sell well when it comes to players. I can't remember the last time you actually finessed the team properly. Well, apart from Nketiah, to Palace, that's a real finesse because that man is
Holding as well.
yeah, Rob Holding, to be fair. But I mean, a proper finesse was Nketiah because that was like 30 million. I don't know how a team bidded 30 million for Eddie Nketiah, but you guys, that's why you guys sell for it so much through like clothing and stuff.
Yeah,
And
probably.
to be honest, it's kind of embarrassing because
Yeah.
I don't think your fans actually know this, but I think you do. Your ownership see you as a side piece. They got their American businesses. You're the side hustle. That's why they only spend now and then. That's why there's only funds now and then to spend at Arsenal. But because nobody in this country really cares to invest time into what the owners do behind the scenes like that. But at the same time, you can also argue Arteta had way more than enough money to approve players and build his own team.
750 million.
Fucking hell, man. That's a lot of money, man. That's the most I've seen spent on a manager in a long, long time. That's 1-0.
And he's put half of it in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
Over half of it. There's only like 5 or 6 players, maybe, that have been decent at Arsenal since Arteta's been in charge.
Mm.
Apart from that, the rest of them have been shit.
I don't understand him as a manager. I don't understand what he wants to be. I don't understand his identity. I don't understand his idea of what he sees Arsenal as in terms of their final form and like what is the vision for having Havertz and Rice in the team. And Havertz is useless. Rice has his uses, but you don't use him for what he's good at. Calafiori's not good. Lewis Skelly's a good player, yeah. But you saw against PSV, the guy's going to be a bit naive. So you're going to need someone that with experience to play alongside his position to guide him. You don't have that. You don't have anyone where they can instill a certain culture where the young players can go and learn from the olders. Because even a player like Saka isn't like Saka's still young for him. He's still like 23. So your olders are your youngers. You got no one there to like be like, okay, this is how we do it around here. Your young players come in and just do what they want to do. If they make a mistake, it doesn't matter because they are still playing and they don't develop. So there's a lot going on at your club. I said it's not even close. Ben Mitchell, never mind. I see it. Bro saw it straight away. I was like, just get Sterling on a perm. You need someone to replace Saka. He's finished, man. Arteta's gonna finish this guy. Because what's the point? There's no point bringing him back now, is there? Like you might as well just let him rest for the rest of the season. I know you're in the Champions League, but there's no point bringing him back. You got Real Madrid next.
What, you reckon they'll beat Atletico?
Definitely. Oh, well, you beat Atletico
Huh?
or them?
No, Real Madrid.
Yeah,
You
Real
think they'll
Madrid will
beat
beat Atletico.
Atletico in the last 16 in the second leg?
Oh yeah, they're already winning 2-1. And even if you come up against Atletico, you're definitely losing that.
Yeah.
Simeone, fuck that. I would rather.
He's beaten us before.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, fuck this. Fucking hell. They beat you in the Europa League, innit?
Yeah.
Oh my days. My
And then went
days.
on to win it, beat Marseille in the final, I think. Or maybe Lyon, I think it was.
Right. Simeone knows his cups, man. He'll find something to collect. On a side note, Alfred Wert, how tall are you? How tall are you, to be fair? I mean, you're definitely taller than me.
5'11".
5'11", okay. In a Kroenke's defense, this is what they've done with the American teams, so they've all won. So they've all won. But you guys are just like, what about us, sort of thing.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, the side piece. You could give every other team other than Chelsea 700 million and they'd win something. I agree. I agree. Look, apart from Chelsea and Man United, you got to put Man United in there. Actually, win something. To be fair, you said win something. They still win an FA Cup. They still win a Carabao Cup. Like, that's something still. He is scared of getting sacked, so he is making the fans go autistic to make him love. How can you? Hey, Arteta's the first man to turn people on the spectrum, you know. You're either on the spectrum or you're not. In terms of Arsenal, you gain it.
Yeah, before Arteta, we weren't talking about players' haircuts and how good they were. We weren't making up songs about our players in the shower before Arteta came along.
Mm.
This zesty prick. Fuck off.
You sounded like that kid. You know, monkey on a car.
Fuck off.
He's good compared to the wild horse on the Ukraine emerge. Bro, Arsenal fans weren't talking about how they wanted to shag their left backs before Arteta was here. Like, posting gifs of Calafiori of him whipping his hair like he's some IG model or some shit. Let's see, would arguably be a worse match for Arsenal. Yeah, it's a different kind of bullying. Real Madrid would just put you out of your misery. Atletico will torment you physically.
They'll fuck with us.
I'll be real. I generally think if you face Atletico, either Gabriel or Saliba is getting a red. Someone's getting a red at that team. Gabriel, Saliba, Lewis Skelly, one of them. One of them's getting a red. If you're 5'11", Michael, you're at tops 5'3", judging on your Sidemen pick. Thanks very much, Charlie. Thank you very much. The only one on YouTube that needs a ladder to hit the light switch. Thank you. Thanks very much. I'm 5'11" though. Are you both the same size? I don't even fucking remember. Alfred talks about how he wants to shag the youth.
Since when?
Hey, Charlie. Alfie's not
Since
Drake,
when?
bro. Oh my god, Manson Mike's is 5'4". You man. Fucking pissing me off. I never should have stood up in my streams, you know. Ever since I stood up in one of my watch-alongs up in had like Charlie, this guy calls me Michael and calls me short. Only one of them short. I am short, but I'm not. I'm just short, but I'm not called Michael. This fucking short guy called Michael, you know. L after L after L. Fuck's sake, man. Got off his chair and got shorter. You bastard, bro. You fucking bastard. I'm gonna start screenshotting Alfie's Insta story so I have receipts. It's like, go on the youth team. Oh my days. So, as it says in the title, you've been saying this for time. So, do you generally think you're in a struggle to get top 4 at this point?
I think we are. Because City seem to be doing all right for now. And apart from that, probably Forest as well. They've looked really good. Yes, they've had a couple of bad games, but they're all right. Newcastle maybe, but then again, who knows? Same with Chelsea, but
Mm.
hopefully we get over the line for top four.
I mean, yeah, like Chelsea, Newcastle, Forest, City, Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham. A lot of teams
Yeah,
battling for Europe.
we're
Um,
closer to 10th than we are to first, I think.
no, I think you're right. I saw something about you're closer to Fulham than Liverpool.
Yeah,
That's mad, man. Let me look at the table. I have not seen the table in a while because I'm a West Ham fan. Um,
how's the
you're
Liverpool
8
game
points
going?
above fifth.
Oh, we're 8
8
points
points
above
above.
fifth.
Yeah, 8 points above six. I don't think you're gonna like drop points though 3 games in a row where one of the teams in Europe, like fourth, fifth, sixth, are gonna overtake you, and because because the top four race in general in every Premier League season is very very inconsistent. Like you remember the 18-19 season where you Tottenham, Chelsea, and United were battling for third and fourth.
Hmm.
Bro, it was like topsy turvy every week. Last year with Villa and Tottenham, they were the only two teams in the top four race. I knew Villa would get it, but it was very inconsistent. At one point, people thought Tottenham would get it because they battered Villa at Villa Park. Like, now you're in the top. It's mad. How can you be in the top four race at this point? But to be fair, you're 6 points above Chelsea, and Chelsea haven't barely won a game in 2025. That's mad, to be fair. I didn't even deep it like that. And you've got Chelsea next in the Prem.
On the same day as the League Cup final as well.
Yep. It's mad. It's mad. Who do you think's getting top four then? Like, if it does come down to 4 places in the Champions League, who's finishing second, third, and fourth?
Well, you'd like to think us, City, and probably Forest.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the top five is going to be where it is now, but I don't know about the order. Like, I think Chelsea, City, Forest, and Arsenal. It has to be them four for me. But I don't. No, fuck Forest. Hey, Charlie, relentless on Forest. Prem stinks, you know. I proper does stink. I can't believe we
Fact.
lost to that Newcastle team last night. I can't believe that Newcastle team that we faced last night are battling for Europe because they weren't good. We were just worse. Brighton, I can't believe this Brighton team is sixth. This Brighton team that got battered 7-0 by Forest because they're not that good. They have good individuals, but they're not that good as a team. They don't play as direct or not even direct, as fast, as precise, as effective in terms of their general play, but they have good individuals. Michael, the only 20-year-old who hasn't been on the team cups. Fuck's sake, man. I am 21, not 20 years old.
What does that even mean?
I'm assuming he means that ride with the cups.
Oh,
You know the big
teacups,
yeah
teacups. Because he said
the team cups.
team cups.
Yeah. Both. I'd have made it on there once when I was younger. I am tall enough, just about. No, fuck Forest. Forest won't get consistent results. You fucking frauds. Men in Tights FC will drop out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think because the league is that bad, yeah. As much as like I feel like if Forest were to drop out, they would have dropped out now. They don't look as good as they were at the start of the season, but they would have dropped out by now if they were going to drop out. Like my whole thing is with Forest, we could say that the league is terrible, but they've been the best out of a bad bunch in terms of the best of the rest, sort of thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they have a game plan. They are at least the most consistent, cohesive unit that there are. Man City are in a bit of a hoo-ha. They've been a bit better since the new signings have come in, but they still need to settle in. If I think City needs to get Europe. Like, I mean, they need to get Champions League sort of thing. By the way, penalty shootout right now, PSG Liverpool. But yeah, I think like Chelsea will be up there as well. Like, as much as they haven't been good as of recently, they've still got more quality than Newcastle and Brighton. The Conference League won't affect Chelsea like the Champions League will affect a team like Villa. Newcastle are just they just look weird. They'll either look really good on their day or really terrible on their day. Forest getting pammed in Europe next year would be amazing. Nah, Forest away, not a single Forest player gets to that. Okay, Charlie loves the whole over exaggeration when he's onto something. Forest have 2 Champions Leagues. They do have 2 Champions Leagues, but that doesn't mean they're gonna like your trophies from like 40 years ago means fuck all now in terms of how you're gonna perform, sort of thing. It's like people said that Emery went to Villa because Villa won the Champions League in the fucking 80s. No, they didn't. He definitely did not go for that. The biggest thing from Forest in the last 8 years has been the damned United 80 years ago. Charlie does not like Forest. Like your family members must piss you off that much. The ones that support Forest for you to hate them this much. But speaking of Forest, they beat City. We was obviously at the Sidemen match, so we didn't watch that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, man, I kind of expect. I think I even said to Melon on the train, that screams like a 1-0 Forest, either Hudson or Elanga winner. Lord and behold, that's the thing is, if I had tweeted that, it wouldn't have happened because obviously Mike's curse.
Yeah.
But Forest beat Man City in the end. So, like, who deserves Manager of the Year for you? Like, is it a case of whoever wins the league deserves Manager of the Year, or do you put into case that Nuno, the Iraolas, the Hertzlers, whatever that overexceed with their teams deserve it because of the resources they have?
I mean, in my personal opinion, they'll probably end up giving it to someone like an Arne Slot for winning the league. They'll make a big deal out of the fact that it was his first season in the league, new team, new system. But at the same time, Liverpool kind of already had the players to kind of get up and go and grab the league with both hands because they've done it before. Fair enough, there's a couple of players that were in the team that won the league that aren't there anymore, more than a couple to be honest. But it was already a ready-made title charging team. Whereas you look at someone like a Nuno, or you look at someone like a Iraola, who have done exceedingly well with the miniature resources they've got compared to a team like Liverpool, and have done extremely well. So I think for all of the guys that believe in the overachievers, you'd like to think that they'd want to give it to someone like the manager of Bournemouth or Forest.
I agree with Charlie. First year in charge and he dog walks the Prem. Because, like, as much as, I do agree. I see what you're saying with the whole, they do have the players for that. They, as Charlie said, they haven't been good since they last won the Prem. And yes, by the way, Darwin Núñez has missed a penalty. So they are losing on the penalty shootout this current moment in time. But I do think he deserves Manager of the Year just because, whoever wins it, for me, does still deserve it. I do think Iraola and Nuno deserve a lot of credit for what they've done, but at the same time, if you win it, you win it, sort of thing. I don't really care about individual awards, but I'll just put it out there just because, like, for me, no one even put, like, there's people that put Liverpool outside of the top 4 because they thought this Klopp left, they're going to leave, sort of thing.
No, me personally, I said Liverpool would still get top 4. I just didn't think they would go on to win the league, but they've done fantastically well under Slot and deserve to be where they are.
Yeah. I said they would challenge for the league. Oh, Curtis Jones has just missed a penalty as well, so he about to win. I said Liverpool would challenge for the league, but challenge like they did last year, where they go up until like March, April, and then drop out. Because I thought Man City and Arsenal would be much better than this, and I thought Liverpool would finish third. I didn't expect this. I knew Slot was a good coach, but I didn't know he was capable of doing this. And capable of getting a lot out of players that aren't that good. Like Luis Diaz, even in this game, he's fucking stunk out the place. But he had a good start to the season, and people were talking about, people should have been talking down on his name and should have been talking about Anthony Gordon replacing him. but at the same time, he's like Liverpool still need to invest no matter what they achieve this season. PSG have won, by the way. So PSG are through in the Champions League. Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones missed penalties, so I didn't expect that. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect that, especially at Anfield. But
Yeah,
like even then, with that, they've got a Carabao Cup and a
quite
Premier League.
it's quite funny actually, because weren't it today back in 2020
Mm.
that, or the weekend back in 2020 that Liverpool actually lost to Atletico at home in the round of
Yeah,
16?
must have been around this time, innit?
Yeah,
Like that was a weird game as well. Like Adrian, bruv.
Morata, where'd that performance come from?
Yeah, but Morata has done one odd performance like every 4 years where like he will turn into like another mad striker. But I mean, I'll be honest, in this era, he looks like a good player. But bruv, the era he was actually brought up in, we watch like Benzema and shit. Like we weren't looking at Morata being like, oh my days, sort of thing. I'm sure even Mellon probably punches dagger the wall watching Morata. I bet Mr. Wet thought Arsenal would win the league. Who did you predict to win the league? You did say Arsenal would win the league. I remember you did say Arsenal would win
because
the
I
league.
was optimistic, but at the same time, we all go into a season having optimism.
Mm.
Just a shame that my team let me down.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm never optimistic. Go rub your neighbour's clothes down. Everyone's gonna love Liverpool going out the Champions League, even though they're gonna win the league anyway. So again, get your punches in. You might as well. Adrian, proper West Ham legend. Love Adrian.
Fine on.
That was one of my favourite chants out of but
And you'll never get
yeah,
a job.
job.
You'll never get a job.
Alright, Adrian, yeah. This guy was when he took off his gloves against Everton, bruv, and scored that penalty. I went mad.
Oh my god!
I was meant to be at that fucking game, and there was
Isn't that on the list of the most longest penalty shootouts in the FA Cup?
Definitely, yeah, it has to be up there. Right, Adrian won that, bruv. This is why I like the FA Cup, man. Take the FA Cup fucking seriously for once, West Ham. I need moments, bruv. Scouts are pricks. There's optimism and there's delusion. Oh my days! And the thing is, though, that's why I say Slot should get the award, though, because a lot of people said if they didn't say Man City, they said Arsenal, because they thought City can't do it 5 in a row, so it'll be Arsenal. No, I don't think anyone said Liverpool. I don't know anyone on this space online, anyone I know personally that said Liverpool were going to win the league. I don't know anyone I don't think anybody expected him. While he ran the length of the pitch and scored in the testimonial scenes. I was at that Mark Noble testimonial. I was there. Like that's one of the games where I'm like, oh my days. Like what a time to be alive.
Who did he play against?
I think it was bare West Ham legends and stuff, or bare West Ham ex-players. So it was Di Canio when he's 60. I want to say Anton Ferdinand and Rio Ferdinand were playing. And Joe Cole was meant to play because he was still a professional player for Coventry, he couldn't play. So he just turned up.
Defoe.
Nah, Defoe wouldn't have played because West Ham fans don't like Defoe. So
why not?
Played. Because when we got relegated, he added in the transfer request straight away. And then when we went into the Championship, he tried to get himself sent off. But he was badly advised by his agent. So, and then he went to Tottenham, bro. So that kind of topped it all off, sort of thing. Carrick went to Tottenham, be left respectfully. But at the same time, if you leave for Tottenham, I can't lie. It's still a bit weird. Scott Parker, the Scott Parker left for Tottenham, but that's because he wanted to get back into the England squad, and he was a Tottenham fan growing up. So cool, I can at least somewhat understand it.
See, everyone just hates Tottenham, innit? It's not even just Arsenal fans. We all hate
Chelsea and West Ham. Chelsea and West Ham.
Chelsea, West Ham. I'm pretty sure Millwall hate Tottenham as well.
No, they don't care about Tottenham. They never come
Oh,
across
fair
each
enough.
other. They only hate Charlton, Palace. Well, they hate a lot of teams, but they don't hate Tottenham. They don't care. They hate Charlton, Palace, Chelsea, West Ham, Cardiff, Birmingham. Like
Leeds.
just Leeds, anyone they can scrap.
Yeah.
Even when they were 8 points clear, I said City. Yeah, do you know? I can't lie. It was out of fear. This is the first season where you guys are competing for the league, and we're competing for the league, and I've never been afraid or even a bit like 1% afraid that Arsenal were going to win the league. Like last season, I was like, oh no, what if they actually do it? Because you was top for so long, and then you lost against Villa, and that was like relief. Even though I knew, I was just like worried. I was like, if they win the league, I'm gonna have to like go on do not disturb for 6 weeks or some shit on my phone and just like evacuate. And even though I ain't got a proper updated passport, I'm gonna have to fly myself to another country. Like, and in the previous season, in the first season, I think it was when you beat Man United and scored in the end. I was like, oh my god, these pricks are gonna win the league. I was like scared for it. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, okay, Saliba got injured, and it was like, okay, yeah, that's the end of that. Rob Holding at the back and all that. No one from Liverpool says happiness. I don't hate Spurs. I hate Arsenal. I hate both. Anything related to North London, footballing wise, Jesus Christ, man, get me out of there. Get me out of there, man. I am not trying to see all of that. I am not trying to see all of that. Bruv, Tottenham fans are annoying, but they're not as annoying as Arsenal fans. Tottenham fans are just annoying for the sake of being annoying. Arsenal fans, that's what they are. Uh, I hate a lot of teams, to be fair, but not a lot. I hate 4 teams mainly: Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United. Those are the 4 teams I proper hate. Like Millwall, I hate, but it's not. It's a different hate. I'd hate you because I'm a West Ham fan. I don't hate you because uh, you actually have a right. You don't affect me, sort of thing. Like we don't face Millwall. Like
No.
it's our main rivalry, but we don't face them. Like there's nothing for me to
Because they're
like
shit.
scream and shout about. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to make it to the Prem. I've never ever had an opinion on Liverpool. Like, I just don't care. I've never cared about Liverpool. Like growing up, I just didn't care. I said they bum you every year. I mean, we get bummed by a lot of teams, unfortunately. Literally, like Diddy in his jail cell. That's how we are most leagues, most seasons in the league. Unfortunately, we get been bummed by a lot of teams. So I can't really hate Liverpool for thrashing us. I can hate my own team for doing that, but just getting battered all the time. That's our fault, sort of thing. Like I hate Man United and Arsenal because of growing up. Hate Chelsea because of West Ham. Hate Tottenham because of West Ham. Simple. Simple as that. I've never had an opinion on Liverpool. I just thought they had a couple good players I liked, like Gerrard, Suarez, Sturridge over the years. Like, but I never even liked Liverpool sort of thing. But that's because I just didn't care. Like, I never rooted for them to win the league apart from this year. And yeah, that's it. That's it. I've never had an opinion on them. Their fans are a bit annoying though. I think whenever they come into like a situation where it's like a referee indecision or whatever, we have to hear about it for the next 6 months. Like that Luis Diaz offside. Jesus Christ. I get it was a terrible decision and all that. But they were acting like someone just got their head chopped off live on the pitch. Like, I've seen robberies happen to every single team in the Premier League. Like, yeah, you got robbed. Everyone gets robbed. It's a 90-minute game. Shut the fuck up, sort of thing. Like, that's why I can't stand football fans nowadays. Even our own fans talk about the fucking referee. Who cares, man? Bro, we didn't even test Nick Pope last night. I'm not trying to hear about the ref. Like, if you watch a Premier League game, yeah, and you're still like expecting a referee to be good, grow up, man. Grow up. Because this is the thing. Like, you've watched the Premier League for long enough to expect bad referee. I get it's frustrating. And this is coming from me, the man that gets angry at everything negative towards West Ham. But I'm looking at Kudus, Mavropanos, Alvarez taking crack cocaine on the pitch. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at these players. I'm looking at players on the pitch that are like not doing the job for me, sort of thing. I'm not looking at the referee. So there you go when it comes to that. Bruv, You hearing about this Man United new stadium?
Yeah,
It looks like a circus, bruv.
circus tent for a team of clowns.
Makes sense. Ineos and all that. Man,
Yeah.
like Ineos. They're saying it's going to be done till like. Joy doesn't make sense about them, yeah? Because Ineos were saying, 5-year project, 2028 and all that. But they are all like, they're going to win the league by 2028. But they also said they're going to move to the new stadium by 2030.
I think Jim Ratcliffe is a cunt.
Where's this come from?
Oh, because the fact that he said that match-going fans are the only fans that matter.
Right.
It's a bit of an unnecessary dig, don't you think?
Yeah. But my whole thing with them is like, how can you say you're going to win the league in 2028 and then build a new stadium in 2030? Like, what world do you live in?
Yeah.
2028, by the way. Jesus Christ, man. I was seeing reports about how they're trying to compete to get into the Europa League and
There's
shit.
more chance of Speed doing the Olympics in 2028 than there is of United winning the league.
Honestly. I agree and disagree because Russ has shown their shit. Doesn't mean we should accept it. I hear you, but it's like, there's no point in me talking about it anymore. There's no point in me talking about it. It's not going to fucking change, like sort of thing. Like, if a bad referee decision happens, it happens. Like, so that happens, simmer down, them clowns with trophies. Oh, for fuck's sake! I don't get Ineos, man. Like, I get cool trying to cut off everything so you can fund more money and stuff, but are you actually going to spend like where's the funds coming from? Man, like, you're also
He's
mad
taking it
though.
out of he's taking it out of other people's pockets. He's making people redundant, isn't he not?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And what I find alarming was they said they were going to go broke if they didn't take over. I saw a clip about him saying that the club would have gone complete and utter shit, like in terms of bankruptcy, if he didn't take over. That's how bad the financial situation was. I don't know what the Glazers were trying to do, even though they're kind of still there. But as majority shareholder, what the fuck was that ownership, man? Have you seen his interview? Joe, I've only just seen the clip of when he said they were going to run out of money by the end of the year. Yeah, by the end of this year. They were going to run out of money. Manchester United. All that money on Maguire, Anthony, all these man, like, bro, still paying Luke Shaw 8 years later. Luke Shaw still that, bro. There's people in Soccer Aid that are
10
going to play
now.
at Old Trafford. And yeah, bro, it's 10 years. 10 years of Luke Shaw. There's people that are going to play in Soccer Aid this year. They're going to play more appearances at Old Trafford than Luke Shaw.
Ginge being one of them.
Yeah. Bro, Ginger's probably in better shape.
He'll score. Watch.
He's probably in better shape than Luke Shaw. You're a professional. And he's doing like TikToks about your mum's on benefits. And still winning more trophies than us. Bro, Luke Shaw's been there for 10 years, yeah. He's been in the Tyler Blackett era. Borthwick Jackson. Lingard when he was actually young.
Paddy McNair.
Yeah.
Adnan Januzaj.
Falcao. He was in the Van Gaal era, bro. In fact, he was there when Van Gaal was there.
Guillermo Varela.
Bruv, these are names from, like, James Wilson was still there. Big up Charlie. But, like, these men were still there. Like, bruv. All that. And you're still, how is he still a Manchester United player? Like, but this is why you're broke. This is why you're broke. Like, they give contracts to people that don't deserve new contracts. They buy players that shouldn't be bought. They don't sell for money. They sell when the stock is done for every single player. When they buy someone expensive, they don't plan for them. This is why you're going to end up broke. if you're not careful. And who's to say they still don't? Who's to say they still don't? Like I don't get Manchester United, man. I don't get them. But I don't think I ever will. To be honest, to be quite honest with you. But listen, people, we're gonna end it there. Make sure you like and subscribing. Alfie, your links in the title. What have you got coming up, and where can they find you?
Well, right now I've got, for those who haven't checked it out yet, I've still got my match preview of the Arsenal PSV game coming up tomorrow, and I will have the match review straight after the game as well. And that's where you can find me. It is at AlfieD_YT on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah, listen, people, we've got some uploads and streams coming up for you guys. Social media streaming amongst all platforms. You want to follow me in the Clips channels as well, on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, I should have the show at Prime tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna have some uploads anyway. And yeah, we'll keep you updated with content. We've got fucking watch along on Saturday. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.